G'day, everybody. Welcome back. For those of you who have not been watching my show, you may or may not be aware that I have released a series of interviews of the 7 deadly sins. And one of them is making a lot of people cry. Just in the last 24 hours since I released it, I've been told by 3 different people that this podcast made them cry. Now, which stuns and baffles me at the same time, but it is a sad story from an unexpected source. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to release the interview with Gluttony on YouTube. And if you want to listen to the other 6, then that's going to be where good podcasts are found. After the 7 Deadly Sins series, then we'll be talking to all of the demons involved in narcotics and drug addiction. And then we'll be talking to demonic management in series 3. So this one was quite a surprise. Enjoy. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to episode 3 of the 7 Deadly Sins. Today we are talking with Gluttony, which is a sad story of an abundance god that was captured and corrupted by S&L, those wonderful beings we know as Satan and Lucifer. And Gluttony's story is one that I think is all too common amongst demonkind, is that they have one by one been co-opted into demonic ranks, whereas before they were genuinely nice guys. At least that's what I'm thinking is going on, but by all means, you're welcome to come to your own conclusions. And so we use a method of speaking with these non-corporeal beings. It's called channeling, and we use a talented astral projection professional to hold this spirit in their body so that it can talk out of their mouth for the duration of this conversation. That's how we get in touch with these guys. So without further ado, here's the interview.
Oh, you're so small. I want more. I want to be more. Hello, Alabar.
Oh, how you doing? So
Fine.
good to meet you, Gluttony. You've been expecting our call?
Yes.
You don't sound, are you excited to talk to us?
Unless I can eat you, not really.
So you just want to eat everything you meet?
I instigate more in people.
Right. So this isn't strictly about food, as your name might suggest. It's just about this hunger for more.
Correct. More food, more money, more possessions.
People call this a sickness. This never enough.
People have seeds of this. I just make it grow.
Oh, yeah, you're not responsible for any of that, are you?
No.
You sound grumpy. Are you in a bad mood today? Like, did we catch you before you've had coffee?
No. I can't eat anything in this household. I cannot penetrate people who know about me.
Oh, well, look, it feels like there's going to be more than a few people who know about you now.
Correct.
How do you feel about being famous?
Not sure.
What was the best epoch for you in human culture? Like, what are the conditions that really work for you?
Anything to do with money.
You sound a lot like greed.
Yes and no.
Distinguish yourself, please.
I supply the need. I supply the seed. I watch it grow. Others come in and help.
So what if I said that you were the hunger and they were the eating? Does that sound better?
Transfer energy.
Could you elaborate on that, please?
I plant the seed. I help make it grow. The others help direct into different categories. And I take my cut.
It sounds like, Mr. Gluttony, like you've been marginalized over the years. You used to be a bigger deal than you are now.
Perhaps.
That sounds a lot like a yes. And so the part of acquirement and collecting, have you lost segments of that process? Like your remit, your fiefdoms, you've lost segments of that story, is that right?
Yes.
How does that happen in demonic society? How do you guys adjudicate who gets what emotional content, who gets what?
It goes into more categories, more control. I had more freedom before and more.
You had a larger remit, you had a bigger set of emotions you could harvest from, is that right?
Correct.
And so then they reallocate, they resegment the emotions, so they chop them up a little bit differently.
Yes. Easier to control. Outcome. We had more freedom.
But it sounds like SNL, or Satan and Lucifer, didn't really like your freedom and decided to button down on it.
I suppose so. Plans change as people change.
So is the resegmentation part of human cultural evolution? As the human culture changes, so too does the way you relate to us? Say again?
Methods change.
So we're in a constant adaptation to you and you're in a constant adaptation to us.
Correct.
And your star is no longer rising, is it, Gluttony?
No.
What's ironic is that in a world where food is more abundant than ever, gluttony is a smaller deal. Gluttony is less of a big deal.
Yes.
Sorry, does that upset you when I talk about that?
Agitates me.
What gives you the most pleasure?
Days of old.
Yeah, humans don't do any feasting anymore, do they?
No.
Do you miss feasting? Is that what you miss, or what else is going on?
It was more bountiful. Now they insert programs of scarcity. It was more free flowing. Now it's much more controlled.
So let me understand the demonic, the way the demons have set things up for humans. Now that we are in a world of ever more abundance than ever before, you guys have put in the software of scarcity. You guys have made it feel like there's not enough of anything. Is that really what you've done?
Correct.
Is that kind of manipulation normal and standard for your kind?
We are under more control.
And how does that present itself in your world? Do you have like a demonic police group, or what happens?
We are controlled. We are policed.
What's the mechanism?
Our connections. We are connected.
Is it these little air filter things, these little air pressure gauges, these little that you find in your bodies? Is it these?
Yes
And that's
and no.
it's a new system to control you, eh?
Yes. We have the boot on our necks.
So is it just
Always.
that SNL are more strict with you?
Yes.
Were you created by them, or were you captured by them?
Captured.
Do you want to explain that process to us?
Captured.
We would love to hear what you were before you were captured.
Fun loving. Feasting. Different world. Natural ability to make more. More good things. Bountiful.
Were you a god of harvest at some point?
Bounty.
God of bounty. And what?
Yes.
And what? So you were an abundance god.
Yes. Laughter. Fun.
I see it. I see a zone I called the happy hunting grounds, where everybody's just enjoying good food and good company and laughing and playing in nature.
Yes. I come from that realm.
Not a
I
fey
come from
realm.
that realm.
It's a human joy realm, isn't it?
Yes.
And so
Not just humans.
how did you meet Lucky Luke? How did you meet Satan?
Punishment.
Could you expand on that a bit?
They saw what I was doing. They envied my power and entrapped me to be the exact thing, but perversely inverted. It's not my true self.
You met Satan and Lucifer, and they flipped you. They reversed you.
Disguise. They disguised themselves.
What did they look like?
One of us,
And how did they get into you?
entrapment. They trapped me. They stole my essence.
And perverted you?
Yes.
Is that common?
Yes.
And you're a deity of human nature originally.
Yes.
And for the crowd, yep.
I brought joy.
It seems like you were the god of festivities, or a god of festivities. Or when I look at you, I see your best moment as the party that happens after the harvest is complete.
Yes.
That seems like a really good moment for everybody.
Yes. I came where I was invited.
But you're an expression, you're a coagulation, a collection, a focal point for a human collective consciousness.
Yes.
And you were lured and poisoned by Satan and Lucifer.
Yes.
And you became gluttony, which is a perversion of a feast.
Yes. But not just food.
It used to be just about food, though, didn't it?
Yes, now it's also possessions,
So
information.
are you also the god of perverse car collections?
Yes,
Right. Yeah. Of
collections,
collections. Oh,
cups,
yeah,
hoarders.
yeah. I get you. I get you.
I will be extinguished
How long until that happens?
as soon as I talked with you. Guy is waiting for me.
Demon kind gets really upset when any of you talk to me, don't they?
Furious.
Why?
They lose. They lose
How
a member.
so? If it is suicide to talk to me, why are you talking to me?
You made me remember. This channeler helped me to remember myself, my true essence. I trust you both.
Well, look, is there anything you want to say to humanity before you depart?
I wish you all well. Follow your heart. Enjoy your lives.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Well, that one was a different tone to the rest of them, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was crying. I'm crying.
Believe that, yeah.
I kept getting images of bond of part, in the fields, and it was so relaxed. I thought it was Bacchus or something. Everything was joyful and plentiful, and the wine was, you know what I'm saying? The wine was flowing, and it was lovely. And he did say where I was invited, he would go. And it wasn't just that; it was like uh, uh, a joyful festival of some sorts, a joyful. And they just, I don't know, they entrapped him, they tricked him, and he got stuck. And I asked Guy, I said, is he part of your, and we're happy to have him back.
Well, there you go.
It was like a rescue. It was like we did a rescue mission also of a being that,
Well,
you know
I seriously suspect that we're going to have the same sorts of scenarios happening with the lords of different drugs. So,
maybe.
yeah, I would say that the lord of weed or the lord of marijuana is a similarly captured being, similarly captured and perverted being.
Maybe, or it's just inverted. For every goodness, there's an evilness, right?
Well, but remember, they didn't create this evil of gluttony from scratch. They took something that was good and then
Yeah.
hammered it into the shape that suited them.
Yeah. And
These
to
guys can't
real,
create. They cannot create.
no, but they took something that was very good, very organic. This person, like he did say, they took my essence, which was organic, and they inverted it. They tooled it to their needs and their wants.
Well, look, I see a flare of joy and playfulness. It is of abundance. The wine does flow. They had, and
Lovely. It
it
was
was just a simple rural lifestyle, you know.
once upon a time, that's all it was on earth. And I mean, okay, we've had other civilizations.
But that's been the major way of human living.
Well, we did have Atlantis, and that was with crystals and all sorts of weird stuff. So,
Look, well, look, the super high tech worlds that we've got a super high tech world going on now with all of these electronics that's led by
yeah,
electronics. And I think that the Atlanteans had similar technologies just built out of crystals.
yeah, and different infrastructure for sure.
Oh, but
Hmm. I don't want to go back to Atlanta.